Imagine paying more than $10,000 for a bag that costs a few hundred to make. Same leather, same stitching, same basic function as any other bag, yet people wait for months, sometimes years, just to own it. Not because they need it, but because it tells the world who they are. This is not a leather story. This is a status story. And today, you'll understand why Louis Vuitton doesn't sell bags, it sells power, identity, and social dominance. Before we begin, welcome to the channel where we break down billion-dollar brands, hidden business models, and the psychology that controls your money. If you want to understand how the world's biggest companies really work, make sure you subscribe, because what you're about to hear will change how you see luxury forever. Louis Vuitton started in 1854, not as a fashion house, but as a trunk maker. Back then, travel meant ships, trains, and long journeys, and Vuitton designed flat-top trunks that stacked easily. That innovation made him popular among the European elite. But here's the key point. From day one, Louis Vuitton was linked to rich people. Royalty, aristocrats, the top 1%. This association wasn't accidental, it was the foundation of the brand. When normal people saw the rich using Vuitton, the message was clear: this is not for everyone. Fast forward to today, Louis Vuitton is part of LVMH, the largest luxury conglomerate in the world, owned by Bernard Arnault, one of the richest men alive. LV alone generates tens of billions of dollars every year. But here's the shocking truth: Louis Vuitton does almost zero traditional advertising. No discounts, no sales, no buy one get one free. Instead, it uses something far more powerful: controlled desire. The leather used in a Louis Vuitton bag is high quality, yes, but it is not magical. Many independent manufacturers use similar or even better leather. The stitching is good, but not revolutionary. The hardware is solid, but not rare metal. So why the insane price? Because price itself is part of the product. High price filters customers. It tells the world, if you own this, you belong to a higher class. That feeling of being above others is what people are really paying for. Louis Vuitton understands human psychology better than most brands. Humans don't buy logically, they buy emotionally. We want respect, attention, and validation. LV uses logos not as decoration, but as signals. The famous LV monogram is intentionally loud. It's designed to be recognized from a distance. When someone sees it, they instantly know its value. This turns customers into walking billboards, proudly advertising the brand, for free. Scarcity is another weapon. Louis Vuitton rarely increases supply even when demand explodes. Some products are intentionally hard to get. Sales associates are trained not to chase customers, but to judge them. This reverses power. Instead of the customer choosing the brand chooses the customer. When someone finally buys a product after being ignored or waitlisted, the emotional reward is massive. The brain values what is hard to obtain. Then there's pricing strategy. Louis Vuitton raises prices almost every year. Not because costs rise, but because exclusivity must be protected. If too many people can afford it, the brand loses status. Higher prices actually increase demand because they reinforce the idea that this is elite territory. This is known as Veblen effect, where demand increases as price increases. Louis Vuitton has mastered it. Another secret is that Louis Vuitton never licenses its brand. You'll never see LV perfumes made by third parties or cheap accessories flooding the market. Everything is controlled. Quality, distribution, pricing, and brand image are tightly locked. This control ensures that the brand never feels diluted. Compare this to brands that overexpand and lose prestige. LV refuses that trap. Celebrity association is also carefully engineered. Louis Vuitton doesn't just pick famous people, it picks culturally powerful ones. Musicians, actors, athletes, people who influence how others think and dress. When these icons wear LV, it sends a subconscious message: success looks like this. The brand becomes part of aspiration, not fashion. What makes this even more dangerous is that Louis Vuitton doesn't sell utility. A bag holds items, a wallet holds cash, that's it. But LV sells transformation. When someone buys a Louis Vuitton product, they believe they are upgrading themselves. Their confidence changes, their posture changes, their behavior changes. That psychological upgrade is worth more to them than the physical product. And here's the most brutal truth. Louis Vuitton doesn't care if you can afford it. In fact, it prefers if most people can't. Because luxury only works when exclusion exists. The moment everyone has access, the illusion breaks. That's why LV stores look like art galleries. Quiet, polished, intimidating. They're designed to make you feel small, until you buy something. So when people argue about whether Louis Vuitton is worth the money, they miss the point entirely. You're not buying leather. You're buying a story, a symbol, a shortcut to perceived success. The bag is just proof that you paid the entry fee. This is why counterfeits exist in massive numbers. Not because people love the leather, but because they want the symbol. Even a fake logo gives people a taste of status. That alone tells you what the real product is. Louis Vuitton is not alone. Rolex, Hermes, Ferrari, they all sell the same invisible thing. But LV perfected the formula. Heritage plus scarcity plus visibility plus psychological dominance. That's the real business model. So next time you see someone carrying a Louis Vuitton bag, remember, you're not looking at leather. You're looking at human psychology, weaponized into a billion-dollar empire. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown and want more stories about how big brands control money, minds, and markets, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This channel isn't about motivation, it's about understanding the game so you don't get played. And if you want the next video where we expose another brand that pretends to sell products but actually sells power, watch the next case study on this channel. Until then, stay curious, because the world runs on stories, not truth.